Yeah.
Welcome to Just a Cup on Believe. I am Bryan Fetzer, the host, and this is an organic conversation with some of the world's greatest, and I emphasize the word world's because of our guest today, world's greatest athletes and the individuals that help get them to that point in their life. And today I have with us a professional basketball player from the country of India, which now is the most populous country in the world, Tanmay Mali. Pleasure to meet you. And I know I probably didn't say the name specifically like you say it in India,
Yeah, you
but
got there. You got there. Yeah, it
I, I'm
was
I'm trying. Hey, and I'm even trying to do a little representation here, trying to get some
again.
some good cheap plugs. But I'm excited to talk to you because I think it's always interesting. I mean, obviously the Olympics just finished,
Yep,
and the height of basketball popularity is
it's growing.
it is incredible globally.
Yep,
So when you think of a country like India, which cricket has been the dominating factor for so long, right?
yep.
You know, playing basketball, what is it like playing in India, maybe compared to some other countries?
So let me go back. I started my sports journey as a cricketer first, to be honest.
Of course.
Till my fourth grade, I was playing cricket, but my father was a professional basketball player. He was 20 years professional in the game, and he has represented the Indian defense in the national championships. And also he was like, I don't want you to play cricket and all. He wants like because he started his professional journey very late. At the age of 19 he started playing basketball, and within a span of 3 years he like gained the professional the professional tag. So he was like, there are many things that were left to achieve in his career, and he always wanted me to like achieve the things that he was not able to because of the time span.
Mm.
So he was like, I want you to play basketball. It doesn't mean it doesn't work out like if you earn a lot of money or something. He just wants his dreams to be you know achieved through me. So it was always an honor to play for him. And for me basketball is like my passion, but also I love like seeing my father like be proud of me when I'm playing basketball. So it's definitely a big thing for me.
So one of the things that you just mentioned, I think, would be, I mean, in the United States, we have the NBA. You know, you
Yeah,
have WNBA. You have
yeah.
teams that you play for, like somebody played for the Miami Heat or the Oklahoma City Thunder.
uh,
Whereas in India, it's different. You play for the customs team, and you just said your dad played for the defense team.
yes.
Explain how people play professionally in the
Okay.
country.
Okay, so in I know about the basketball culture in US because a lot of my friends are in US right now, and there are clubs and all who sign you as a professional. But in India, only government organizations sign you as professionals. So you have to work and play for them. So that's how professionalism works in India as a sports person. There are no big clubs, like leave alone the cricket thing, because there are there are different clubs in India in cricket, but as of the second leaving cricket, the other sports you talk about, also football after cricket. So if you talk about this other games like basketball and volleyball and all, so they are like they sign, the government organization signs you as a basketball or a different game professional.
Mhm.
So you have to work for them and plus play for that team. It's like that.
And there's a national championship where
Yeah.
you compete against other businesses essentially.
No.
Very sounds very
You,
similar to Japan with some of the baseball and some that they do
yeah.
that you play for Toyota or you play from another company.
So I'll tell you one thing. In the national championship of India, so they are like the state teams. If you like the Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and you talk about Punjab, you talk about Haryana, you talk about Delhi, and only three professional teams are there. The railways, the services, which is combined of Army, Navy, and Air Force. And these are the two teams that are allowed rather than the state teams.
Mhm.
These are the only two teams that compete, and the rest of the other are like the state teams, which are participating in the national championship.
So okay,
I hope you get it. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I
So it's pretty fascinating that you would do that. Now you started your journey. Your first time playing professionally was at 18 years old
yes.
in the EPBL. So explain
Uh,
to us what the EPBL is.
no,
No,
the
sorry,
first. No, no, no. I'll tell you. The first league I played professional at the age of 18 was UBA, the United Basketball Alliance,
UBL.
which was
Gotcha.
the, yeah, that was the first league that was introduced in India. And a few years later, this was the EPBL, which started 2 years back, which had a preseason cup and also the 3x3 league. So there were 2 seasons of this league, and after that they like didn't conduct any tournament. And recently we had the INBL trials, which they also promised us for the league, but we don't have any update till now for the league. And now the Basketball Federation of India is like trying. They announced a league right now, like 2 3 months back. So they are working on it. We don't have any update on it right now, but mostly we'll have the positive outcome next year.
That's great. I mean, to get basketball in. I know the NBA's played some games over in India. When they did that,
I was there.
did you get a
Yeah, I
chance to
was there.
see some of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I was there. Yeah.
What was that excitement like?
Uh, First of all, I was, shocked to see De'Aaron Fox, one of the fastest player in the NBA, and there was like Domas Sabonis, and it was a match against King versus the, I guess, Pacers, no? Yeah, Indiana Pacers. So it was like I guess 4 years back, 4 or 5 years back, and definitely watching De'Aaron Fox is like gave me a goosebumps, like what speed he was playing and the level they are playing is like the next level. And uh, it gave us confidence that we need to work harder on our games. And the size actually matters in basketball, but it's more or like a heart over height. No matter what, like we have to achieve our passion and keep going. For me it's like that,
So, I
definitely.
mean, when you talk about passion, now you just recently just had ACL surgery,
Yeah,
5 weeks ago? So
yeah,
you're a couple weeks out from, an injury that can be you know, pretty painful, pretty crazy.
yeah.
How's your rehab going, and when do you expect to be playing again?
I started my rehab 3 days later, like the light exercises. And now from Monday I've been started my I'll start my cycling and all. And I have a complete rehab program, also adding the supplementation which would help my recovery faster. And actually my trainer told me like I can get back to my normal training after 3 months. But she's like, get back to basketball after 6 to 9 months. Take your time training, getting your confidence back, because I don't want to rush and like spoil my knee again. So I'll take my time before I have any big tournaments coming up. I'll just take my time, get back my confidence, and build some strength. So I'll possibly not get my ACL torn again.
Yeah, we it usually comes back a little bit stronger.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Your ACL is stronger when you get it operated.
so when you start thinking about basketball over there, one of the crazes that really kind of became, I would say, wouldn't become popular, but Ice Cube's got his Big Three basketball league over in the United States.
Yeah, I know the
That,
big
that's
three.
it's become gaining in popularity, and then it was in the Olympics this year. Playing 3-on-3 basketball versus playing 5-on-5. What is that? What's the difference?
Uh, you know, First of all, most of the Indian coaches are like against 3x3 because I don't know why, but I enjoy playing both. But I got injured in the 3x3. After that, I literally started hating 3x3 because you have to play the whole day. In India, it's like from day to night, and you don't get the time to warm up and all. It's like a little bit unprofessional type. And in the same as 5 and 5 game, you have a game today, you get prepared, your mind prepared, and you get yourself warmed up like an hour ago, you get those shots and all. And in 3x3 it's like you have a match in 5 minutes. It's not scheduled like a local tournament, but in the Olympics definitely you have a schedule. like you have a match on this time and all. But I'm talking about the local 3x3 tournaments in India, because they don't have a proper schedule. So it's like you have a match in 5 minutes, you don't get the time to warm up, and that's how I got injured. Literally, I played the whole tournament, the whole day. We reached the
Wow.
finals. We reached the finals, and in the first 2 minutes, I got my like ACL torn, and that's how.
What I mean, what what's is there a strategy difference between playing 5-on-5 and 3 versus 3?
3x3, I feel it's like more an individual skill game, and 5x5 is basically a team game. Obviously, 3x3 also requires the teamwork, but more if you talk about teamwork, it's more in the 5x5 game. And 3x3, if you are 1v1 skilled, so you'll definitely dominate in 3x3. It's more like a individual skilled game. For
What
me, I
what
think that way.
what do you think is the best part of your game?
I think it's the long range shooting and the crossovers. Like I play fast, and also I have the like the what do you call it? Get those long range shots, jump shots, and all. So I have the strategy to like drive to the rim, or you can just shoot from the behind the 3 point line.
Is there a player in the NBA that you've watched their technique and kind of said, "Hey,
Yeah,
I want to shoot like this guy"?
definitely, it was Derrick Rose at first, but like 4 days back only he retired.
Yeah.
I My most favorite player was Derrick Rose in his prime, and as of now, for me, it's like I like all the players. I like try to gain. If LeBron James is good in one thing, I'll try to gain his best part. If Steph Curry is good in shooting, I like to gain that power in me. It's like I like all the players, but as a overall player, I like Derrick Rose a lot. I like Damian Lillard a lot. For me, LeBron James is the best. He's the goat. But as my position, I like Damian Lillard a lot and Steph Curry.
You are listening to Just a Cup on Believe, and we are a podcast, a YouTube show. Please like, subscribe, and pass it along to friends. Today, and we have athletes from all over the place, literally. And I have today Tanmay Mali from India, who is a professional basketball player over there, and we're talking. We're talking about the game of basketball, but now we're going to shift. I want to talk Indian culture, okay, and talk about sports in India primarily. Have you seen as a young man, have you seen kind of a shift where sport has become more popular in the country?
You're talking about basketball?
Basketball, yes, specifically
Yes,
basketball.
yes, it's definitely getting a lot of recognition, but it's still way behind from cricket and football right now.
What,
Uh,
what, what
so,
do you what do you think could be done to kind of increase it even more?
um, like incorporating more leagues in India rather than just having tournaments like the 3 day, 4 day tournaments,
Mm.
and having more bigger leagues like 4 month long league or 6 months. So like the players are engaged. You like have it on air on the social media handles, and also on the TV. So it's like the players would also be engaged throughout the season, keeping themselves fit. And as of now, we are just playing a week-long tournaments, and also we are just hoping for the leagues that are coming up in India. All the players are waiting for a bigger league to come. So yeah, when there are leagues, so basically how cricket is getting famous, it's about the IPL, because they are having
Right.
it every year, and also the ISL, which is a bigger league. The players are traveling from from one state to another just to play one game. So the crowd of that state is getting engaged, and they come back to Mumbai, and the crowd over in Mumbai is getting engaged. So they are getting the total recognition in the game. But if you talk about the basketball matches in India, it's like 1 week span, and it's only in one place. All the teams come up there, so not all of the crowd is getting engaged. But there are like YouTube lives going on in India now. The Indian live sports is doing a great job of you broadcasting the matches. So all the people around India, they are getting a chance to see the matches and all.
So, I mean, you just talked about YouTube and talked about, getting more exposure. You know, what do you do for your brand? I mean, I've kind of been following you. You've got,
Right.
uh,
Uh,
a brand that's, you know, kind of growing. I mean, every day you're posting stuff. What are some things you do to grow your brand as an athlete?
uh, I you're talking about the my Instagram handle. I don't have a brand. It's
No,
just
but
like
I
a
mean,
normal
your brand as an athlete, your brand as a
brand.
person. So, I
Okay,
mean,
okay, okay.
you got your Instagram handle, you got your YouTube, those kind of things. What? How do you kind of grow that? How do you kind of add?
Social media is like a hobby for me. First of all, I like to the 75 hard challenge that I did. I like to continue posting videos so that people who are like growing up playing basketball, they get a lot of motivation for that. Plus I like to uh, keep that journey of me alive on social media. Whenever I go back to my old videos, it feels like I'm still living in that life. So for me, like growing my brand, the my account Instagram handle, it's like it's not about posting daily, but the things that I have been doing, like to grow the game of basketball in India, the game I love so much, and it gives a lot of motivation to me, like getting more people engaged in the game. And the guys, the comments that I get, like the people are trying. There are many players who started playing basketball after watching my videos. They got interest in this game. So it's they are like I never thought basketball would be so interesting after watching your videos and all. It gave me a a sense of
Right.
like interest to get back in the game, and let's just start. Why not try basketball? So it's that's how it's working, and I like to record my journey. The main part about me posting videos is like if you talk about, if you know, like you've been into sports for a very long time, if you know about journaling.
Mm,
Posting daily is like a journal. People write it, I record it. There's a difference in that, but it's the same thing. Journaling, I'm like trying to get the journal thing in my a day. I've been doing the 75 hard challenge, and it was like a journal for me.
hmm.
I definitely started as a 1 2 3, so let's try that. But when I got the interest, it was like an addiction for me. And I would like tell you 75 days I was like I have to do it anyhow I have to do it. There were so many obstacles in that, small injuries and all, but anyhow I completed that.
It's interesting that you just said that posting on social media is like journaling because it really is.
Yeah,
It's showing what's going on in your world,
yeah,
specifically. That's a really unique. I've never heard somebody mention it that way, but that makes tons and tons of sense.
yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah, if your thinking is a different, I thought it that way because I thought like people posting about normal things and all. Why not like make it a social thing? When it's I also write journals, and I'll write my goals on the board and all. But it was like a different thing for me to record a whole journey of your fitness. I
that
had a
that's
lot of improvement in my athletic abilities after I completed my 75 hard challenge.
well, I can tell you right now. Seeing. I mean, you're a pretty muscular guy. I mean,
Thank you so much.
you
But
clearly like the weight room. What's your favorite part about being in the weight room? What's your favorite exercises?
I like to train a lot of legs, squats. I like doing squats, but as of now, I'm literally missing those
Right.
squats. Right now I'm just pushing myself, like going for the bench press and like pulling, the back exercises. But I'm literally missing those squats. I like it a lot. My body weight is was around. I'm right now 82, but that I was like around 70, 72 or something, and I used to squat 150 kgs, like 2x my weight.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah,
if you can do 2x your weight, that's a pretty salty squat.
yeah, but in a good range of motion, not the the ego
No, it's
lifting.
true. Now, is there any kind of specific diet that you know that you adhere to? I know in the Indian culture, being vegan or a vegetarian is pretty
Difficult.
hot. Is that
Yeah.
something that you do as well, or
No,
you
no. I'm
eat?
non-vegetarian. I like a lot of chicken and rice, and that's how I have normal diet. Morning I eat eggs and all, and mostly in the evening, and for dinner I eat afternoon lunch and dinner I eat chicken and rice.
So,
And
okay,
in
since
okay,
Indian food is one of my favorite,
okay.
what is your favorite go to Indian food?
I don't like street food that much because I like chicken rice which is made at home. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I like to make it on my own. You know.
I
Uh,
mean, I'm a big naan fan. Garlic
yeah.
naan, love it.
Once in a while it's okay, but I find it like hard digesting the naan because it's
Uh,
we don't have the habit of having naan.
so I mean, okay, I you got to get when we're talking about just a cup. Are you a tea person, a coffee person? Neither.
Black coffee, black coffee.
Oh, a man after my own heart. Black coffee. I love it. I will be having my cup in a little bit, but we're in a completely different time zone because I mean it's morning here and it's night
I
there.
Yeah, but I just got up. I have a different sleeping schedule right now because of my rehab plans, and
Mm.
I wake. So I just woke up, giving you a call like an hour before. I just woke up.
Oh
So
wow,
I'll take my time and I'll sleep late, but I'll also get up tomorrow and go back to my rehab session.
nice. That's good. That's
Because
awesome.
after my injury, my sleep schedule has been different for now because of the rehab sessions and all. So
Right.
it's like
One of the things I think people don't realize about the country of India that live in the United States. So many of
okay.
our listeners are from the U.S. Is how diverse the food supply is in India. I mean, I mean, I had some good wine. When I was in India last time, I was shocked. But like coffee, India produces coffee. India produces so many things. What are some products that are Indian produced that you fancy that you enjoy?
Um,
I mean,
what you know.
I just watched a documentary about bananas being harvested in India, and I wouldn't have thought bananas were necessarily, a big commodity in India.
Spices are most of the
Yeah.
spices are made in India, and you talked about the curry thing and all.
Oh, I
So you
love
definitely
curry.
like curry. Yeah, it's a different thing. I never had I don't know about the US food culture, but
Right.
most of the spices are made in India, and the most important interesting thing is that the curry you spoke about, it won't get tastier in the US. You'll get the most tasty curry in India.
Absolutely. There's no question about that. What's a fun fact about India that you could tell us that somebody in the United States might not know? I'll put you on the spot there.
I don't know what to say. You got me confused.
Well,
It's about-
it's amazing just how the growth of India as a country.
okay.
I mean, the population's massive now. Um,
Yeah.
do you find that how much different it is for you as a young person now than when your parents were young? You ever talk to your dad about that as a basketball player?
Yeah, there's a lot of difference. Back then, the game was a lot of more physical.
Mm,
Now it's more about the skill and the shiftiness. Back then, it was more about getting stronger, taller. But now, back then, it was not so professional in India.
right.
Now it's like growing, like the many leagues are coming in India, but they are not sustaining right now. So we are just like getting a hold of it, we're trying to wait for a bigger league to come and just like sustain in India. And definitely Basketball Federation of India, I hope they get a league in India and it stays for a very long time. So like the players, upcoming players, like me, the other generation that would be coming up, get a chance to play and playing in India, or when I played my first league at the age of 18, it felt like I was playing in the NBA, because professional is professional.
Sure.
Because yeah, so it gave me a sense of motivation that I'm playing professional. Every player who starts basketball has a dream of playing in the NBA, because that's the first thing we watch on YouTube. So playing in a professional league, it gave a sense of motivation that you can do it as a professional, and it felt like I was playing in the NBA, and one day I would make it. It
As
was like that.
do you have any aspirations of playing in a league outside of India? And I mean, I know China's got a really good league, and there's some other leagues, in the Middle
Yeah,
East and so forth, Europe.
definitely. But right now, for me and players like me are lacking in, the connections, like how to get
Mhm.
connected to the leagues. When I played in the EPBL, so I had a friend of mine who was playing in the UAE in the D1 and D2 league in Dubai. So I told him that even I have aspirations to play in the foreign league. So he called me up, and there's a league coming up. So I traveled. I had so much interest in going and playing in the foreign leagues that I traveled, and it was my first time traveling to other country and
Mm.
going and playing over there, learning the new culture of basketball in other country. So it was like a very good thing, and that season we won, and the coaches were happy, the management was happy, and they called me for the second season too. So I have aspirations to play in other countries also, and but I am just lacking the connections, how to get in those leagues, how to reach out
Mm.
to agents. So like me, most of the players are lacking. They don't know how to get connected to the leagues outside India.
Wow, that's interesting because it's something that we take for granted because there's so many agents and so many individuals trying to push people to different leagues and so forth. That
Yep.
that uh, that that definitely is a different point than when in the U.S. Having met Arjun, the new president of the India
Uh,
Basketball Federation,
no.
I said I've met him and he's a great guy. I think
Yeah.
there's going to be some great things happen
Definitely.
with
Yeah.
basketball in the country, and the new head coach Scott Fleming has NBA ties, and I mean I think that that's a big step forward for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. The way he's getting the players exposure now, like a week back, the Indian team traveled to UAE for the practice games. They are taking initiatives to get basketball to a greater level in India. So yeah, we are happy for India. Even as a player or just a fan of Indian basketball right now, if I'm not playing, but as a supporter, I'll always be with the Indian team, like watching
Right.
my friends play for the Indian team, and getting they are getting exposure. It's always a good thing to see the Indian basketball growing.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's been fun chatting. I've enjoyed it and getting the chance
Thank
to
you so much. It was an
to
honor with
to
coach.
talk to you, and I'm excited to see your journey. And we're gonna have to probably revisit things when you get back playing after the ACL injury,
Definitely. I'll
and
get back stronger. Yeah.
and get back on the court. Um,
Definitely.
you've been
I wish
listening.
you would be there watching me play.
Oh,
come
hey,
come to India. Yeah.
I'm excited for my next trip to India
Yeah.
for
Definitely.
sure.
I'll come through. Yeah. I'll come through.
I was at the first. Maybe this was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. They had a tournament in Bangalore. It was the new basketball league, whatever had come up then, and I remember sitting courtside watching one of the games. Um,
Okay.
I honestly, it slips my mind with who was playing, but I remember it was definitely entertaining. It was definitely a little different.
So it would be not a league, but it would be a tournament.
It was a tournament, yeah.
Tournament, yeah. There were only two leagues that have been in India. It is first is the this UBA, and second is the EPBL. Other than that, there was
Gotcha.
INBL too, but that also they had one season, but after that they also stopped.
That was the league that I was at, the IPL, the
I,
IPB,
INBL, Indian
INBL.
National,
That's what it was.
Indian National Basketball League. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Tanmay, I appreciate you being on Just a Cup and wish you the
Honor,
best.
coach.
Look forward to following your journey. If you like the episode, please like, subscribe, and push it on. And we will be back with a new guest very soon on Just a Cup. Bryan Fetzer, Tanmay Mali, have a great one and be blessed, friend.
Thank you, coach. It was an honor.